Hey everyone and welcome to the channel. My name is Ash and I'm here with a review for Teppo and the Secret Ancient City. Now this released onto Xbox on the 30th of January 2024, developed by Seven Raven Studios and published by Totalconsole, and they were kind enough to send me a copy for this video review, so huge thank you as always to them for that. Now this is a sort of old school inspired action platformer game, 2D, retro-inspired graphics, retro-inspired sort of like adventurous setting. Like you play as this explorer Teppo, who looks a bit like Indiana Jones. He's got the typical adventurer sort of garb on. He's got his little hat. He's got his like khakis on and stuff. And you basically have to explore a variety of environments, collecting gems, unlocking doors and stuff like that, avoiding traps and enemies in order to progress through the game. Now, he's basically searching for the legendary stone fortress that's hidden in the Amazon's jungle, and you'll play through 5 quite large levels through the game. Now, the game itself will only take you a couple of hours, depending on how sort of in-depth you want to go. You basically have to collect gems, and there are hundreds of gems per level, and you have to collect a certain percentage of them to obviously complete each level, sort of unlock the next portal to the next zone. Now, achievement hunters will be looking for all of the gems because there are achievements linked to it, but if you just want to play through the game itself, you don't have to collect them all. Now, there's a lot of backwards and forwards, lots of looking for switches, avoiding traps, and like risky platforming sections. It kind of feels like a platformer mixed with like bits from a Metroidvania. Now, the character itself, he can jump and double jump. He can also wield a variety of weapons, including bombs, a boomerang, and a rifle, but you have to find them first to be able to use them. Now, interestingly though, the enemies in these levels cannot be killed permanently. They're basically stunned, so you have to make sure you are keeping track of yourself and them and making sure they don't come back to life while you're stood next to them or when you've just shot them, basically. Now, there's lots of like checkpoints and hearts to sort of keep you going, but it can get quite difficult later on. And while the different areas are like different in style, like there are different biomes, they all play very similar to one another, with just like slight variations to enemy types and traps and stuff like that. But the core gameplay is fun. It can get difficult at times, frustratingly difficult, and you may struggle later on. But it's a fun little platformer at a fair enough price. It's priced at $6.69 on Xbox, playable on Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S. And if you like these sort of large leveled platformers, lots of back and forth looking for secrets and figuring out how to get through to different areas, and like you can see a gem somewhere and you're like, how can I get there from where I am, that sort of style of gameplay, you'll probably really enjoy this one. And like I say, it looks nice, it has nice pixelated graphics, the sound's fine and stuff like that. Everything runs nicely on it as well. It's just a little tough at times, and it can get a little confusing if you're not good at sort of remembering the direction you've just come in. At times, though, the game can get a little frustrating with how the sort of traps will just spring out of nowhere and get you. And if you run out of lives, you can continue, but you then don't have the full amount of lives. You end up with just one at a time, which makes it really, really difficult. Now, I did like this game. The like platforming levels, there are some minecart style levels sprinkled in there as well, which is nice. Not as good, but they do sort of give me fond memories of like Donkey Kong games of old on the SNES, and it's not bad at all. Now, there is a boss at the end of the game as well. I won't spoil what it is, and I wish there was more bosses in the game just to break it up a little bit, and the last boss itself is a little lacking compared to like what you would expect from a final boss, but overall the game is really enjoyable. Anyway, guys, hit that like button, hit subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think of Teppo and the Secret Ancient City. It's obviously available on Xbox right now, playable on both Xbox Series X and S consoles and Xbox One, and you can grab it for £6.69. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching.